What's up, everybody? It's your boy Versace Pokemon. Welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Inclement Emerald Challenger Mode Hardest Battles, and we are at the Elite Four once and for all. Finally, it has been a long journey, but we are finally here. We made it, and this is what we have all been waiting for. So without further ado, we're gonna kick this off. Elite Four, Sidney. First battle of the Elite Four. Let's go. This whole game has been super fun and challenging up until this point, so I'm willing to bet that the Elite Four is not going to disappoint. So let's go. Elite Four, Sidney. He's going to send out Tyranitar, and we start with Metagross. Two monster pseudo-legendary Pokemon facing off right out the gate, but we are at a type advantage, so let's go. First turn, the opponent's Tyranitar is going to activate the Sandstorm. Y'all know how that goes. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and Mega Evolve. This is huge. This is going to allow us to outspeed. When Metagross Mega Evolves, it gives him a huge speed boost that's going to allow us to outspeed the Tyranitar. And we're going to move first and go for Meteor Mash here. It's going to be super effective, and we're going to hope for the attack boost. Now, this is actually a roll to kill. There's a good chance it doesn't. That's not the end of the world. Tyranitar isn't really that big of a threat compared to his other mons, and as you can see, it was a roll to kill. We didn't get the KO, and then he's going to hang on, fire back with Stealth Rocks. And this is not exactly ideal, but this is Tyranitar's use here as he gets his setup moves in on us. But that's okay. We go for the second Meteor Mash to try to get that attack boost. Unfortunately, we're not going to get it, but the Tyranitar is going to go down. That's 1 down, 5 to go. Let's go. Easy peasy. Another turn of Sandstorm goes by. Weather is permanent in this game, but fortunately for us, Metagross is a Steel type, so it doesn't affect him. Next, he's going to send out Greninja. Now, this is Protein Greninja, and we're actually going to use that to our advantage here. So, I predict a Hydro Pump out of Greninja because that's his most highest damaging move, and we know that he's going to go for Hydro Pump here. So, we need to switch into someone who's going to be able to tank it the best, and in this case, it's going to be Hydreigon. Not only is he going to resist the Hydro Pump due to being a Dragon type, but he also has an Assault Vest on, which is a held item that only allows me to use attacking moves, but increases special defense. So here, Greninja is going to go for the Hydro Pump. It shouldn't do very much damage at all, and it doesn't. So this is a good switch into Hydreigon by me. As you can see, Greninja has a Life Orb, so he's going to take some residual damage from that, and the Sandstorm as well. So because of Greninja's ability Protein, after using the Water type move Hydro Pump, that turns him into a pure Water type. So whatever the type of the move is that he uses, he turns into that type. So here we're going to go for the switch back into Metagross, predicting that he goes for a super effective Ice Beam on the Hydreigon, and Metagross will resist that due to being a Steel type. He goes for the Ice Beam. The AI in this game is pretty easy to predict, and so Metagross is going to resist that and take pretty little amount of damage here. Greninja is going to take residual damage from the Life Orb, and another turn of Sandstorm is going to go live. Now, after using Ice Beam, Greninja's Protein turns him into a pure Ice type. We're going to use that to our advantage. This was our plan all along. We outspeed with the priority move Bullet Punch, which normally Greninja does outspeed us, but because we have a priority move in Bullet Punch, it's a Steel type. It's going to be super effective against the Ice type Greninja. That's going to be enough to take him out. Let's go. A whole lot of switching just for that one move in the end. It's going to be the knockout move. Metagross is super strong. He also has the ability Tough Claws, which boosts the attack of all punching or claw type moves. So Bullet Punch is boosted by the Tough Claws ability. So next he sends out Mandibuzz. So what are we going to do here? Mandibuzz is pretty tanky. He also knows the move Foul Play, which is a dark type move that bases its power on your opponent's attack. So we definitely want to get Metagross out of there because that would not be good for him. We're going to send out Zapdos, who gets hurt a good bit by the Stealth Rocks, only to get switched out by the Whirlwind, and Volcarona is going to take huge damage from the Stealth Rocks here, unfortunately. So the Stealth Rock's really coming back to bite us. We want to try to not switch as much as possible, even though that was really the only solution to handle that Greninja earlier. We want to try to limit the switching as much as possible. So Volcarona is 4 times weak to rock type moves. That's why he took such big damage from the Stealth Rocks. And the thing is, we can't switch him out here because we won't be able to get him back in. It'll do more than the rest of his life in damage. So we're stuck in with Volcarona. We got to make the most of him. We go for Flamethrower, really just hoping for a burn, but not doing very much damage at all. He hits us with Foul Play, which is an attack that does damage based on Volcarona's attack stat. And because Volcarona is a special attacker, it doesn't do enough damage to take us out. We're also going to get hit by the Sandstorm, and we're just going to barely hang on with 7 health. So Volcarona's got another turn in here. We just got to make the most of it, go for another Flamethrower, and hope for a burn. This is a second chance. We're going to hope to get it. A burn would be great here. We're not going to get it, unfortunately. unfortunately, but we do some decent damage with the second flamethrower. We get him down into yellow, and we're going to go down to another foul play. Really just an unfortunate situation. If we could have taken out the Tyranitar in the first turn, if we had high rolled that first Meteor Mash with Metagross, we wouldn't have had to deal with the Stealth Rocks, but just getting Whirlwinded into Volcarona on the Stealth Rocks, we just had to make the best play out of it as possible. So we're going to send in Zapdos to finish the job. He's going to take a little bit of damage from the Stealth Rocks. It is super effective against Flying type. We go for the Thunderbolt. This is going to be super effective against Mandibuzz, and this is going to be more than enough to take him out. That's going to be it for Mandibuzz. That's 3 down, 3 to go. Those Stealth Rocks are giving us a lot more problems than I anticipated. I definitely remember saying that, oh, it's not really a big deal, but it definitely has been crappy to deal with. And I guess this is the Elite Four, so I anticipated it not being a cakewalk after all. So next he's going to send out Alolan Muk, which is a dark poison type in this game. He is also a physical attacker, which is why we go for the Reflect first turn. Now he hits us with Knockoff. Interesting about that is that it's going to knock off my Light Clay item, which is an item that boosts the duration of Reflect. But I think that because we used the Reflect before he knocked off the Light Clay, that the effects of it will still linger. Therefore, our Reflect is going to last for the 7 or 8 boosted turns that the effects of the Light Clay give us. Now we are going to go down to the Poison Point, unfortunately, but luckily enough we were able to get that Reflect up before Zapdos went down, and we're going to use this opportunity to clean switch into Garchomp, who has a clear type advantage in this scenario. So we outspeed, we're going to go for the super effective Earthquake, and Garchomp is a beast, so this should be more than enough to one-shot the Muk. Garchomp is holding a Bright Powder and also has the ability Sand Veil, which he's going to take full advantage of thanks to the opponent's Tyranitar's Sandstream. It doesn't matter who activates the Sandstream, Garchomp is going to take full advantage of it either way. Sand Veil boosting evasion in the Sandstorm, and the held item Bright Powder also boosting evasion even more on top of that, so it's a good combination. So next he's going to send out Absol, and this is his Mega. He's going to go ahead and Mega Evolve into Mega Absol. This thing is pretty scary, but before Garchomp, everything is fodder. So we're going to go straight for the Outrage, and this is going to be enough to one-shot because Garchomp is an absolute monster. And here you can see we're going to crit, but believe it or not, that actually doesn't matter. Outrage out of Garchomp always one-shots this thing. A lot of times I like to go for the Hone Claws and then Dragon Rush strategy, but in a scenario like this where we have a major threat on the field and we just want to get it taken care of, get it out of the way immediately, we go for the Outrage, and a lot of times it is enough to one-shot. So here we go, he's going to send out Cacturne. Now unfortunately the downside to that is we are locked into Outrage, and for some reason Cacturne is going to outspeed us, which is pretty wild. He goes for the Swords Dance, which is a little bit scary. We're going to go for Outrage again, and we'll see how much this does, if it's enough to one-shot him. And it would be if he wasn't holding on to a Focus Sash. So Cacturne's going to hang in there for at least another turn. He is Swords Dance boosted up, so that's going to double his attack. Can be a little bit scary. He's going to go for Needle Arm. This Garchomp is going to resist, and we'll see how much it does. Not very much, but unfortunately he gets to flinch. So not only is he going to hit through Sand Veil and Bright Powder, but he gets the flinch on us. Now we're going to try to finish him off here. You can see he's not going down to Sandstorm, which he should, unless the fact that he must be holding Safety Goggles or something, which is a held item that protects him from the Sandstorm. He's going to hit us with Needle Arm again and gets a second flinch in a row. Unbelievable. Now, I'd be raging at this point if I totally wasn't unworried because I still got a bunch of Pokemon in the back. So he hits us with a third Needle Arm in a row after 2 Hacks crits or Hacks flinches in a row. Pretty wild. But anyways, we still got 3 Mons in the back. Cacturne's his last Pokemon, so we're not too worried. We're going to send out Metagross here, and we do have a priority move in Bullet Punch, so this pretty much lights out. Game over for Cacturne here. He got pretty lucky, but that wasn't enough to save him. So Metagross is going to come back in, save the day, and that's it for Elite Four. Sidney, let's go, baby. Let's go. First member of the Elite Four down of Pokemon Inclement Emerald Challenger mode, which means no items in battle, no potions, stuck on set mode, and perfect opponent Eevee and Ivy trained Pokemon. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, comment, and consider subscribing. It helps me out a lot. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.